Hi folks, thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I thought it would be fun to take my Boss GX-100 and see if we can match the sound of the pedals that are in there with the real pedal right next to it and see what it sounds like. To be honest with you, I've never plugged my GX into an amp and just used it like a pedal board. I always use the amp modeling. So this is going to be an interesting experiment for me as well. So K&S Music was nice enough to lend me the Boss Super Overdrive SD-1, which is one of the new pedals they just added in the newest firmware update for the GX-100. And I'm just going to set them up. We're going to run it into my Super Crush 100 right on the clean channel, and we'll see how close we can get these pedals to sound. The real pedal versus the SD-1 in the GX-100. So it should be kind of a fun experiment. We'll kind of go through it together. If you can help me out by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing these videos, I would really appreciate any help you can give and help me grow this channel. So with that, let's get to it. Alright folks, here we are. I have Tone Studio loaded up and I have the pedal hooked up. I'm just running the pedal directly into the front of the GX100 and then out directly into the input of my Super Crush 100. And this is what... that's a clean sound. So that's where we're starting with. So I thought we'd start with the pedal. I'm trying to set them as best I can to kind of match, but they're a little bit different. The drive obviously goes a little higher than 100. So I thought we would just start by trying to match the levels first. Also on the input-output settings of here, I have turned off the global EQ and I have the output set to the JC120. That's what I thought sounded the best. I'm playing my Strat through it, so I have a little bit of a boost on the front because the pickups are low output. So here is the clean. So that is the pedal. I'll disengage the pedal. That has the tone and the drive about halfway. Very clean sound. Here comes the GX100. Going to back the level down just a smidge. GX100. I mean, already they sound pretty darn close to me. Now I'm going to just say this, I'm no tone matching expert or anything like that, so there's people that are way better than that at me. I just thought this would be a fun little thing to see if the pedals in this can actually sound like the real pedals. Just setting like that sounds very close. Back to the pedal. This sounds like maybe we need to put a little more tone on. GX100. One more tone. Back to the pedal. So that's with the gain about 50%. Let's back it off a little bit. We'll put it back down to about a quarter of the way. similar thing on the GX-100. So I'm going to put this just what would be about that position, 25%. And we'll turn this one on. Back to the pedal. And that's very close. Let's give it a drive. We already did the halfway drive, so let's go up a little further. We'll go like 3/4. Right to the GX-100. Put the drive about 3/4. Again, the numbers don't match here, so we'll see. Still feels like it needs a little bit brighter. Back to the pedal. Nice, let's crank it. That's the pedal. Let's do the same. Whoops. Do the same with the GX-100. Crank it up. And actually turn it on. Let's go back to the pedal. That's pretty cool. This is really interesting for me. Like I said, I'm seeing this for the first time. I don't use this GX-100 like this, and it's kind of fun to see how close this is. It's really close. I mean, I'm just doing it pretty quickly. If we were actually spend some time with EQ or something, we could probably get it almost identical. But they sound very similar to me. They feel the same in the room. It just shows what a value this GX-100 is. I don't know how much this Super Overdrive pedal costs. If you were to buy it, let's see if it's... I don't know how much it is, but when you consider all of the effects that are built into this GX-100, if we can make them sound good like that, just going direct in, just as a pedal board, it's a pretty big value when you consider what each of the pedals costs independently. If you had a couple overdrives and a delay, and you'd easily exceed the cost of what this GX-100 is, and it has a ton more stuff in it. But this was a fun adventure. Maybe I'll try and do some with some different pedals if I can get my hands on some different pedals and see how they fare. But I think the new SD-1 and the new firmware for the Boss GX-100 sounds pretty darn close to having a pedal side by side. So it's kind of a fun thing. Well, thank you so much for checking this out, and you have a fantastic day.